Please respond. By SL. Read by Rainbow Crows. Summary. Midoriya. You're so cute! Shouto chokes on nothing. How is he supposed to respond to that? Is he supposed to respond at all? Midoriya. Look at your big head! Ah! Image attached. Oh, Shouto thinks. He was talking about Shouto's Nitotan, which is now smashed between one of Izuku's cheeks in the image Izuku just sent, as Izuku squeezes it joyfully. Even if Izuku wasn't talking to him directly, the butterflies in Shouto's stomach feel a bit joyful too. He types out, I wish I were that Nitotan right now, then snorts and erases it. Izuku has a wide variety of special moves, but his key smash might be the most powerful of all. It's still quite early for it, but by the time their third year rolls around, merchandise tied to the hero identities of Class 3A, 2 years removed from their infamous time as Class 1A, has become widespread throughout Japan. It's unusual for so many students to be so well known before graduation. Sometimes regular winners of the sports festival are able to make a big enough splash that they get the occasional mug or t-shirt, but it's only after they get out into the hero world that their names and images are firmly cemented in the eye of the public, and they start ranking in the big sponsorships and the really fun merch. The Class 3A has hardly had a moment's peace, which is bad for stress levels, but good for getting impressive, if usually unlicensed, action figures modeled after their likenesses. The first time they set eyes on a fully bedazzled 8-inch statue of Yuga, magnifique, he proclaimed it, they all decided it was a pretty sweet trade-off. It's on a hot Saturday in July that they are first discovered. Shouto is home visiting his family when his phone buzzes with a message from Izuku. Midoriya. Todoroki! Please respond! Shouto feels a smile tugging at his lips immediately and tries to quash it down. If his siblings see him making a facial expression on his phone, there will be hell to pay. The level of excited gibberish from Izuku is not really new, and Shouto literally cannot resist being a shit about it. Shouto. Hello, Midoriya. Midoriya. Oh my god, you're here! Shouto. I am. How are you? Midoriya. I'm... Shouto. Is your Saturday going well? Is it going... Midoriya. Yes! Oh my god! It is going the best, and I need to show you something! Shouto. Okay. The last time Izuku was this excited to show him something, it was an all-night tie and suspenders set that Izuku had stumbled upon in a thrift shop. So Shouto expects this to be something similar, and is ready to die of funness when Izuku sends him a picture wearing the newest all-night merch he's acquired. Midoriya. Image attached. Shouto blinks as it loads. His mouth falls open. It's a picture of Izuku. Shouto can see Tenya in the background, so Choco is probably taking the picture, beaming right at Shouto, looking so unbelievably excited. Shouto is surprised that they actually managed to capture him on camera. He holds 2 plush toys, clutched tightly to his chest. They're Nitotan dolls, Shouto realizes. He knows this because Izuku owns all the different All Might sizes. Except, these aren't of All Might. Shouto. Holy shit. They made those of us? Midoriya. Yes! Well, I think they're knockoffs, but whatever! Shouto. They got my eye color right on these at least. Midoriya. Yeah, I double-checked before I bought them. You're so cute! Shouto chokes on nothing. How is he supposed to respond to that? Is he supposed to respond at all? Midoriya. Look at your big head! Ah! Image attached. Oh, Shouto thinks. He was talking about Shouto's Nitotan, which is now smashed into one of Izuku's cheeks in the image Izuku just sent. As Izuku squeezes it joyfully, even if Izuku wasn't talking to him directly, the butterflies in Shouto's stomach feel a bit joyful too. He types out, I wish I were that Nitotan right now. Then he snorts and erases it. Shouto, you bought them already? Midoriya. Of course! When the store people realized who I was, they flipped out, which is still so weird and kind of hilarious. I didn't know what to say. I told them you're the cool one, not me, and they laughed. I don't know why, because it's true. Oh, because it was a pun. I just got it. Anyway, yeah, I got one of each, so we can each have one. Shouto shakes his head, unable to stop himself from grinning. Shouto, at least let me pay you back for mine. Midoriya. No, I wanted to get them for you. For us, I mean. Because I was thinking maybe I could have yours and you could keep mine. Shouto put his phone down on the table and lies face down on the tatami mat. The straw mat is cool on his face as he applies some further chill from his right side to supplement it, because he is suddenly very, very warm. Shouto? Phoebe calls as she walks by him. Are you alright? I'm fine, Shouto says. It's hot today. It is, she agrees. I'll make some lemonade. Thanks. He doesn't have the heart to tell her that lemonade probably won't help with this condition in the slightest, unless it's magical not being a pining sap of Midoriya Izuku lemonade. Well, Shouto's not sure he'd drink that, even if it was. He slides his phone across the floor until it's right in front of his face. He has several new texts from Izuku. Midoriya. We don't have to do that, obviously. Maybe that was a dumb idea. I mean, I totally want yours, so you don't have to take mine. But if you want yours, you can have it. I'm not going to hold him hostage. He's obviously way cooler than mine, so I completely understand. Perfectly swear. That was supposed to be Key Smash. Todoroki, please respond. Shouto. Sorry. I think yours is really cool, too. Midoriya. You too? Really? Shouto. Yes, really. Give him to me. I want him, Shouto shouts internally, and wonders if he means the plushie or the actual thing. Both, perhaps. He's been a regrettable maelstrom of hormones and fuzzy feelings lately. Midoriya. Okay! I'll bring me to class on Monday. Image attached. He's excited to meet you. The picture is an extreme close-up of Midoriya's smiling head. Shouto rolls onto his back, puts his phone directly on his face, and gurgles forlornly. Are you sure you're okay? Phoebe asks, sitting herself cross-legged next to him, distributing the lemonade. Have you ever liked something so much it makes you want to die? Shouto asked her. Ah, she says. This is about Midoriya. Shouto chokes again, this time on a mouthful of lemonade. What? He says. What? Phoebe asks. How do you know? Shouto demands. I didn't realize you were trying to keep it a secret. Oh my god, Shouto says. He lies back down on the tatami mat and decides not to speak again for the rest of the afternoon. Midoriya and Nitoroki become staples in Shouto's life very soon after being placed into their new homes. They turn up in all sorts of places in the dorm, often posed performing somewhat disconcertedly real person-esque activities, like studying in the common area, or helping cook dinner, or using the gym equipment. Midoriya sets up an Instagram dedicated to them that gains followers alarmingly quickly. No matter what adventures they get up to during the day, however, somehow, by evening, they always find their way back to their respective owners. Midoriya rests against the wall at the edge of Shouto's desk, keeping him company on nights when he has to stay up particularly late to pour over his homework. Often, when he or Izuku go away on a mission for their internships, one Nitotan joins the other, just so they don't get lonely. They're just dolls, Shouto tries to remind himself as he carefully rearranges them so that Nitoroki rests securely against Midoriya, propping him up from the side. They don't actually get lonely. He takes a picture of the two of them and attaches it in a text message to Izuku. Shouto. Image attached. Moral support. He's not expecting to get a response back. Izuku has been gone a couple days at this point, so he's probably in the thick of things on his end. Shouto goes to bed facing his desk, staring at the dolls until his eyelids finally drip closed. In the morning, he has an unread text message. He squints at his phone blearily before realizing who it's from. Once he does, he snatches his phone up to read it. Midoriya. Just what I needed. The response is a bit subdued for Izuku. Shouto knows that means it was a few hard days. Shouto. Good to hear from you. You okay? Midoriya. I am. Nothing Recovery Girl hasn't seen before. Shouto winces, because this could mean anything. Before he gets a chance to pry, more messages come through. Midoriya. I'm coming back today. I'll be able to see you and Nitoroki soon. And then you can prop me up in person, because I can barely stand. Shouto. Sounds good to me. I'll be ready. Midoriya. Thanks. I miss you. Shouto's heart melts inside his chest. It's a pity hearts are on the left side of the human body. There is not a thing he can do to stop it. He drops his phone on his bed and buries his face in his pillow. That way, if he yells, it'll be muffled. His phone buzzes again and feels around in the sheets for it. Midoriya. Is that weird to say? Sorry, oh my god, I made it weird. Please respond. Actually, you don't have to respond. You don't have to miss me either. I'll see you in class super soon, though. Shouto. I miss you too. Midoriya. Oh! Shouto. Midoriya. Shouto. Why would you think I don't miss you? Midoriya. I don't know, I'm sorry. I'm super happy right now, though. Shouto doesn't understand how Izuku, his best friend, his first friend, the person he spends the most time with at school and occasionally out of school, could think Shouto might not miss him while he's away. Granted, Izuku doesn't know that Shouto spends more time than is strictly necessary thinking about him. He doesn't know that Shouto likes hanging out with him so much that is clinically embarrassing at this point. And he certainly doesn't know that Shouto has a massive, flaming, ridiculous lovesick crush on Izuku, which he has been harboring since the summer after their first year, which, incidentally, was the first time that Shouto realized, with a certain kind of languishing passion that he previously assumed only manifested in heroines of the early 20th century romance novels, that he missed Izuku. Terribly and profoundly. I miss you every time you're not around, Shouto types, and then erases it. Shouto, I'll see you soon. It's rare that Shouto gets sick, possibly because he can regulate his own body temperature, but whenever he does come down with a cold, it's like the rest of the times he didn't suddenly decide to catch up with him. And I've taken careful notes today, so you always take careful notes, Ida. Shouto rasps into the phone and winces. Don't talk, Todoroki-kun, Tenya chides him. You need to rest, I told you. You called me, Shouto says amused. So I could brief you about our daily studies and any points of interest you might later care to review, Ida says. But, all right, I'll try to make this brief. Okay, Shouto says. They've been on the phone for 22 minutes already. He doesn't really mind, though. Being trapped alone in his room for the past 2 days has sucked, but he refuses to let anybody come see him out of fear of contaminating their whole class. Midoriya has tried to force his way into his room on 2 separate occasions, and had to be floated away by Ochako. I took extra careful notes, Tenya repeats, sounding somewhat affronted that Shouto would doubt the validity of his claim, and I will upload them to our study sessions folder online once I am done transcribing them. In the meantime, you are to rest, and drink plenty of fluids. Are you— I'm drowning in electrolytes, Ida, Shouto says. Promise. Tenya sighs. If you say so. Are you feeling any better? Much, Shouto says, although, considering he couldn't stand up the day before yesterday, that doesn't feel like the biggest accomplishment. Now he's only just mostly dying instead of completely dead. Maybe 1 or 2 more days and I'll be back in action. That's a relief to hear, Tenya says, genuinely overjoyed. Shouto smiles. I'll let you go then. He trails off in the background. Shouto thinks he can hear someone talking, very rapidly, and without taking any pause for breath. Is that Midoriya? Shouto says. It might not be a coincidence that his words come out sounding like a man dying of thirst in a barren desert. Yes, Tenya says, clearly trying to listen out of both ears at once. He wants me to tell you. Midoriya-kun, he can do that later. Right now he needs to— All right. He sees to go look at the Nitogram, the what? Oh, the Nitotan Instagram. And he tells you to get well soon. Our Instagram? She says, okay, and tell him thanks. As soon as Tenya hangs up, Shouto opens the Instagram app on his phone. He has a bunch of notifications, all of which come from their Nitotan account, and when he opens it up, he sees why. Midoriya, he groans. Partly embarrassed, mostly fond. The Nitoroki doll has been busy in Shouto's stead. Clearly, there are a whole host of new pictures in the account of him filling in for Shouto while Shouto is out. There is one of him sitting in front of a bowl of soba noodles that is nearly bigger than he is in the cafeteria. Another of him posed on a tall stack of books so that he can just barely peek over the edge of Shouto's desk in class. One of Nitoroki standing on the talk tray in front of the chalkboard, which is covered in scrawled-out messages from the rest of his classmates telling him to hurry up and kick his cold. Shouto is in the process of leaving a like on every single picture, even commenting on a couple. It's a waste of a perfectly good bowl of soba. When he gets a new text message. Midoriya. You saw them! Hey, I ate the soba, by the way! In honor of you. Shouto. Crisis averted. I appreciate the pictures. Being sick sucks. Midoriya. Yeah, classes aren't really fun without you either. Shouto. I'm not sure I really do anything to make them all that fun. Midoriya. Your comments on things are funny, but you don't have to do anything, really. I just like it when you're there. Shouto. Oh. Midoriya. Yeah. Hard emoticon. Oh? Shouto thinks. He stares at Izuku's most recent message so hard, he starts to sweat from something besides persistent fever. Just to be on the safe side, he pulls up his chat history with Momo. Shouto. Momo. Yayorozu. Todoroki-kun, you're alive! Shouto. Somewhat. Yayorozu. What is it? Can I bring you anything? How's your cold? Are you hungry? Shouto. Nothing much. No, it's better, and no. I just have a quick question. Yayorozu. Oh, of course! Shouto. What does less than 3 mean? Yaoyorozu. Like the heart emoji? Shouto. Okay, so it is definitely a heart. Yaoyorozu. As far as I know, yes. I think sometimes it can be a kiss too. Why? Shouto. No reason. Thanks. Okay, is what he thinks, in all capital letters. His own heart is pounding now. He's already trying to figure out how to respond as he swaps back to Izuku's chat. Predictably, he has messages waiting. Midoriya. Sorry, forget that I said that at all. I mean, not all of it. Class A is way more boring without you, but you can ignore the thing. Was it a heart or a kiss? Shouto types before dutifully erasing it. Shouto. Heart emoticon. Midoriya. OMG! Shouto. Being stuck in my room is really boring, so I'll make sure to come back soon. Midoriya. Okay! I'm cheering you on for a quick recovery! Shouto sets his phone down, feeling like he's ready to take the nap Tenya keeps trying to force on him. If nothing else, he needs to shut his brain down before he overthinks everything, and accidentally sets his bedsheets on fire. A heart is just a heart, and it doesn't need to mean anything more than that. But what if? Midoriya. If I could get to bed before 2 a.m. this week, I'd be so happy. Shouto. Have you not been sleeping well? Midoriya. You're still awake! I didn't wake you up, did I? Shouto. No, I'm trying to finish the math homework. Midoriya. Oh, okay, I won't distract you then. Shouto sets his phone on his desk and taps his pencil on his notebook. Then he reaches for his phone again. Izuku picks up on the first ring. Help! You weren't distracting me, Shouto says. It's keeping you up. The math homework! Izuku wails forlornly. Hope you didn't call just to make use of my nerd brain, because it's failing me tonight. I'm offended, Shouto says. You act like I'm Kaminari or something. But also, yes, I did. Izuku laughs. Do you want to use the living room? The last time we tried to do homework in the same room, we ended up watching All Might videos on YouTube until 5 a.m. This is true, Izuku admits. Either way, I'm stuck on number 17. You're on 17 already? Shouto demands, feeling like an idiot. He's made it as far as problem number 8. Oh crap, Izuku says with a laugh. At least we're good at figuring stuff out together. Fortunately, this turns out to be a reasonable assessment, and it doesn't take very long to complete the assignment once they match up their collective understanding of the material. Eventually, they're just sitting there in mostly silence, with neither of them proposing hanging up the phone. So, Shouto says, into the lull. What's really been keeping you up? Izuku sighs, probably realizing he's been caught out. Shouto knows him too well. A little bit of homework anxiety wouldn't prompt word messages this late at night. Izuku says, and Shouto hears the rolling chair squeak. He imagines Izuku leaning back in it. Shouto really could just go over there. They only live 3 floors apart. I'm just overthinking stuff lately. You? Overthinking? Shouto repeats. Completely unheard of. I realize that you're being sarcastic, Izuku says dryly, and I am choosing to ignore it. Thank you, Hiro Deku, Shouto says, for showing me the mercy I don't deserve. Izuku makes a sound that might have been the verbal equivalent to a key smash, kind of a mix between a groan and a gurgle. That's what I'm overthinking. Showing mercy? Being a pro hero, Izuku says. It's our last year here, and it got here so fast. So even though we still have months left, it's like, I know this will fly right by too. Shouto hums to show he understands, and Izuku continues. I still feel like there's so much I want to do at UA. I want to spend so much time with all of you. Hey, Shouto says hesitantly. It's okay. I get it, actually. I felt like that too, when this year started. You did? Yeah, Shouto says. But, we're not going anywhere. Even if we don't all stay in Tokyo, even if you don't stay in Japan. This was something Shouto had thought about a lot. He knows Izuku will follow in All Might's footsteps. There's no question. Not just because Izuku loves the man so much, but because the world needs Izuku. The summer before the year had started, a strange anxiety had gripped Shouto. The desire to keep moving forward. At the same time, he wanted, against his nature, to stand still. He takes a deep breath. We're all watching you, he says. On the other line, Izuku takes a corresponding breath. It's shaky, His voice has softened, and Shouto can hear the slightest hiccup, and the sure sign that Izuku is at least tearing up, if not outright crying. Shouto doesn't push him and just waits instead. I know. I do know that, Izuku says, and it makes me really happy. So happy, but I don't think I can stop worrying about the fact that I won't see all of you every day. Shouto doesn't know what to say to that. He doesn't think there's anything to say, because it's true. That's life, but it doesn't make it any less scary. He's trying so hard to think of something encouraging that he almost misses Izuku's soft sigh and mumbled whisper, I won't get to see Todoroki-kun every day. Shouto sits straight up in his chair, feeling a bit like a lightning rod. This is something he can affect. He says overly loudly, I'll make sure we see each other every day. What? Izuku asks. How? I don't know, Shouto says. He has not thought that far ahead. Pictures, video calls. You can video call me? Izuku asks. He sounds delighted. Yeah, Shouto says, obviously. It's not obvious, Izuku says with an unable grin. It's like pulling teeth to get you to take a selfie. It's different when it's just for you. Oh, Izuku says. Shouto says as his face heats up. Izuku sounds less miserable, and Shouto is starting to think he's definitely said more than enough. It's getting late. We should try and sleep since we have to be up early and we're done with the homework, and you should try to get some sleep so you can sleep before 2 in the morning. Hopefully you'll be able to do that now that we talked about what's bothering you, and I should sleep because I am starting to ramble and say ridiculous things. He trails off, hanging his head as Izuku starts to laugh at him. You're not saying ridiculous things, he says. Good night, and thanks. Anytime, Shouto tells him and hangs up. That was definitely an embarrassing series of events, but at least it seems to have cheered Izuku up. Shouto rubs his eyes despondently, trying to comfort himself with that thought, as his gaze falls on Deku's Nitotan on his desk. An idea strikes him, and he picks up his phone to text Izuku again, hesitating. Okay, well, what's one more embarrassing statement on an evening full of them? Shouto. Besides, you can always take Nitoroki with you wherever you go. Midoriya. Oh yeah! Always! Okay, go to bed! Shouto. On my way. He thinks maybe that'll be the end of the messages tonight, but barely has he thought this, then another comes through. He checks his phone and laughs. Izuku has sent him a picture of Nitoroki lying on his bed with the blankets pulled up all the way to his round chin. The doll looks ridiculously tiny framed against the pillow. Midoriya. It you! Shouto. It me. He knows Izuku means that it's just a picture of him in bed and ready to fall asleep, where Shouto really should be by now. Still can't help but type out, but if you wanted me in your bed, you could have just asked. He stares at the unsent text for a long, long time. He thinks about how this is really his final year with Izuku. Their final year taking classes together, sleeping in the same building, talking about the future of the world like it's a problem that they can put off for tomorrow. He looks at the screen for so long that the words start to blur together, and then he goes to erase it like he always does. His tired fingers fumble on the keys, and he hits send instead. Shouto's heart stops. Oh, shit. He drops his phone and it clatters across his desk as he puts his face in his hands. He shouldn't have said that. He didn't mean to say that. Izuku's gonna think Shouto is trying to hit on him, which is exactly what that text would be if it hadn't been completely accidental. Shouto highly prefers to keep all of his sleazy pickup lines locked firmly away inside of his head. They were never supposed to end up where Izuku could see them. He stands up from his desk abruptly. He has to apologize, say he was joking, something. If he does it over text, it won't seem sincere. He bolts out of his room, careful not to let the door slam behind him, takes the stairs to the second floor, too impatient to wait for the elevator. Outside of Izuku's door, he pauses before knocking. Come in? He hears Izuku whisper squeak. Shouto opens his door and pokes his head in. Izuku is lying curled up on his bed, frozen like a turtle hiding inside its shell. He sits up when he sees Shouto. Oh, Todoroki-kun, he says, as though there were any way it would be anyone else at his door at this time of night, after what had just happened. Shouto steps in and closes the door quietly behind him, leaning against it, thoughts tripping over themselves as he tries to figure out what he should say. About that text. Were you serious about that? Izuku asks. Shouto notices then that his phone is on the floor. God, had Izuku thrown it away from himself in shock? In horror, even? I was just Shouto's voice runs out like a train derailing off his tracks. You can't lie to Izuku. Not when the evidence is literally right there on his phone. I didn't mean to send it. Great, as if that made it all okay. But, Izuku says, standing up so that their eye levels are slightly closer. But you meant it. If I wanted, all I have to do is ask. Shouto smiles painfully. I'm sorry. Izuku walks toward him, and Shouto just stands there. Logically, he knows Izuku could punch him through several walls very easily, so he should probably start running, but his legs don't seem to be reacting to anything his brain is saying. Maybe he just deserves it, though. He deserves to be Detroit smashed straight out of the back of the dorm. Izuku stops right in front of him. You're not answering my question, Izuku says. Yes, Shouto says, desperation overtaking him. I meant it. I mean it for anything. You could tell me to do anything that you wanted, ask me for anything, and that's all you'd ever have to do. Why? Izuku asks. Because I like you, Shouto says. Isn't it obvious? He feels unmentionably small under Izuku's watchful gaze. He's used to being caught up in that green-eyed stare, used to being analyzed and understood and seen, but never like this. Shouto is used to baring his soul to Izuku, but it's never been accompanied by this ache. He's never needed Izuku to give him anything in return, just knowing he can be himself around Izuku is more than enough. But this is the most honest Shouto's ever been, and he needs to know, one way or the other. Izuku, please respond. Izuku reaches for Shouto, and Shouto's life flashes before his eyes, but he still doesn't move. And Izuku's hands are on either side of his face, and Izuku pulls him closer than ever before. Izuku kisses him. It's short and kind of shocking and sweetly awkward. It's Shouto's first kiss, and he's barely had time to register. Even after Izuku pulls away, he's too stunned to move. I guess it wasn't obvious, Izuku says. He sounds out of breath. Because you didn't notice that I like you too. I just didn't think you'd ever like me back. He backs away from Shouto, but it's only so he can pick up his phone from the floor. Nervously avoiding eye contact, he places his phone in Shouto's hands. Shouto stares down their conversation from earlier. Shouto's embarrassing, though perhaps admittedly fortuitous, message is still the last on the screen. The contact name. Izuku mumbles. Shouto looks again. He's saved, apparently, in Izuku's phone contacts as DDRK. Right. Oh, Shouto says. He stares down at the phone and tries to smile. It's been like that for over a year, Izuku tells him. That's why I never let anyone see my phone. Wait, that's why? I thought it was because you had, embarrassing fanboy photos of All Might on here. No, well, I do, but... Izuku groans and buries his face in the front of Shouto's shirt. Stop smiling like that! Why? Shouto teases, his smile spreading. He couldn't stop it if he tried. Because my heart can't take it, Izuku says. Oh, Shouto says, feeling giddy with happiness. Well, that's what you get for making mine feel like this. Izuku hugs him, arms wrapped tightly around Shouto's waist. Do you think we should get another Nitotan for each of us? One of each? Yeah, so... Izuku looks up at him. So they never have to be lonely either. Shouto nods. Definitely, he says. I'll bite them this time. He looks over at Nitoroki, still tucked comfortably under Izuku's blankets. Nitoroki's smile looks somehow very knowing all of a sudden. Shouto decides that it's a permissible level of smugness for the one who helped them figure all this out in the end. Why, hello, my feathery little flock of internet burbs. How are we? Hello. Good to see you again. How did we like this fic? I know it was pretty different from my usual, which was kind of odd for me to PODFIC, but we tried. It was a chat fic this time, which, good, it was fun to experience, but I'm probably not going to be doing any more anytime soon, I'll be honest, just because, no. And this one was only half chat fic too, so, probably not going to be doing any more of those for a while. For this one specifically, I say to go read the original fic. mainly because there was a lot that I just could not physically voice act in here. Like, you could just hear me, like, throughout the recording trying to verbalize key smash, which was funny, but also a little bit weird. So, yeah, I definitely say go read the original fic for this one, but surprise! I have a little surprise for you guys. Not really a surprise anymore because I'm saying it here, but, to anyone who wanted the Wednesday updates that I talked about last time, you're getting them. I'm gonna not, speaking of more updates, I'm sorry, I meant to get this out, like, last night, but I didn't, because something is wrong with me, but it's probably still Sunday somewhere, I don't know. But I'm gonna shoot for Sundays and Wednesdays, and maybe Thursdays if I feel generous as well, but don't expect them to be exactly on that day, you know? Because, my little brain probably won't always do it exactly on that day. So, if it's a little bit early or a little bit late, don't be surprised. I love to keep people on their toes. Birds on their toes, in this case. I just love keeping you little feathery friends on your toes, you know? Never know what to expect. You know, speaking of never knowing what to expect, maybe you should join Ella's Discord if you don't like expecting anything, because, it's a very chaotic group of people. I know AO3 was down earlier today, which very, very, very sad. On Ella's Discord, we almost, started rioting, so we got, like, really scared and really upset, because AO3 was down. What do you expect? But, yeah, editing this was, like, kind of the only thing keeping me stable. But, yeah, what can you do? Join the Discord. So, yeah, maybe if you just like making friends, if you want to have more friends and enjoy chaos, maybe think about coming over there and saying hi, because we love new people, and we have some very well-seasoned arson over there. Speaking of arson, literally the opposite of arson, go drink your water. Go drink your water and go take care of yourself. Take a shower, brush your teeth, wear a seatbelt if you're going anywhere, touch some grass. But yeah, drink your water. Take care of yourself, because you deserve some self-care. Love yourself, because as you should. Okay, what else do I need to go over? Okay, last thing. Also, I need more fic recs, because I just have, I need to make content, and part of the reason I didn't upload this week was because I stalled on recording this week, was because I didn't know what I was gonna podfic, if I was gonna podfic this, or two other fics that I have planned for next week. So, if you guys have any, like, very, very funny one-shots that you like, maybe send them over, or very, very funny, maybe not the longest, but, like, long enough to where I can, like, they have, like, multiple chapters fics, just maybe send them over, and maybe I'll podfic them. But yeah, I think that's all I've got. Yep. Okay. See you for now. I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye!